So first of all, I'll show you how easy it is to take these off without a sprue cutter. As you can see, that's the first one off, and that's come off pretty flush, if I do say so myself. There's hardly any filing needed. So here we go then, guys. First of all, you want to take frame BF20. I'm going to be attaching that to, let me just see that concept in the light, BF17, this frame here. And I've also found another panel from a previous issue, BP5, will fit that as well. So this is panel BP4. Hey all, welcome back to the channel, Rich43. Hope you're having a good weekend, guys. It's Saturday as I'm filming this. Today I'm building more of the Millennium Falcon, and we are at issue 18. Now if you're wondering why this is already open, guys, I'll tell you shortly why I've done that. Basically there's a few little parts what I've already got prepped, sanded down, but I will also show you how to do that, or taking off sprues, etc. It's just to save a bit of time as it gets a bit tedious after a bit. You're seeing the same thing from week in, week out. Here's the mag, which is issue 18 of the Millennium Falcon from Fanon. Now if you want to get this for yourself, guys, I'll drop a link down below for you to get to the Fanon website, and then there you can either find the Millennium Falcon, Dom's charger, and there's loads more builds on there if you're interested in doing any of the builds from Fanon or what I'm doing, guys. And you can come along with me and build them weekly, or you can just look at me for tips or if I make mistakes, and then that'll help you out while you're doing your build. Now if you're not already, guys, remember to subscribe, like, also comment and share, and press that bell notification not to miss out on any future builds. But without further ado, guys, let's crack on with this Saturday evening build of the Millennium Falcon from Fanon. Okay then, guys, so welcome back to the channel. Without further ado, guys, let's crack on. And first of all, look through this week's mag of the Millennium Falcon from Fanon di Agostini. So let's open this up. There she is, in a full joy, the Millennium Falcon. So let's just, oh, there we go, look at that. Got a full layout of the whole thing. I mean, look at it, guys. This is where we've been working on at the minute, the main hold. And you've got all this, you've got the passage tube, we've worked on the cockpit. You've got all these parts, guys, which we've got to get done in future issues. Which, to be honest, does make you a bit daunting if you think too much about it. There's Princess Leia, God rest her. And at the bottom of the screen there, Princess Leia and R2-D2. That's another story. As I've said to you before, guys, I've got 50 or maybe 60 issues of the R2-D2 sitting stored up in my bedroom. I've not even touched. Now whether to do those 60 issues, I'm not sure, but the trouble is when I get to the 60 issue, I've got to try and buy them off eBay auction sites, and I've got a feeling they cost a fortune, because I'm not sure whether Fanon would let you do the subscription from then. You could buy back issues, but it's getting that chance of getting the back issues. But anyway, back to today's build, guys. These are the parts we've got, which I'll go through in a sec. This is what we're going to be doing, extending the hull frames and test fitting the plates. The hull plating fits on the frame, so it's just to the left of the screen there. You can't see that. I'll bring that over later in the build and we'll get them looked at and see how they look. And back to what I said in the intro, guys, this is why the package was open, because I've got two sets of sprues. I've took most of them off, I think all of them off one sprue, prepped already, but I will go through the first one just for you guys who have not seen me take them off before, just to let you know as well, if you haven't got a sprue cutter, that it can be done without a sprue cutter, but we'll go through that in a sec. And also in this week's issue, guys, we've got the assembly jig, the first part of the assembly jig, which is going to be There's a star here. Random. That's off my wife's schoolwork, nursery work for the kids. She'll be needing that. But yeah, we're going to be needing this jig in the future, guys, to put all the framework of the Millennium on. So if I just get the parts over and we'll have a look what we've got. Right then, guys, so this part here, this is, let me have a look on the back, BP03, which you can see that there if I get it in the light properly. Maybe not on the camera, but yeah, that's BP03. This was off a previous issue, but in today's issue, we've got hull frame, which is part 7, and for the underside of the hull, so we've got that. And here we have the first part of the jig. Now this is like a jigsaw in itself to put together. I remember doing this on my other build of the Millennium from De Agostini, the original one. So I'm waiting to do that again. So let's just get these other parts out. Put that rubbish down to one side. We don't need that. And here we have more frames. So these 2 frames are going to be being fitted today, I would have thought. And we've got some connectors and screws there. And then we've got 2 arches and these little cushiony things, what for the jig, when we start using that jig. Now, if I just bring my little Tupperware box over, you'll see what I mean. Basically, guys, we've got 2 of these sprues in this week's issue, and what we're going to do is take every one of these. So there's 2, 4, 6, 12, 18 cushions. I've all got to be taken off this sprue, which I'll do shortly. But just to show you what I've already done, the other sprue, I've already taken them off. And basically, this is what we're looking at. These cushions here. Now, some of the cushions have got sharp bits when you've took them off the sprue. So all you have to do, which I'll show you in a minute, is give it a little bit of a file with a nail file. And as you can see, look pretty cool. Nice and flush to put on your arches. Which here, I'll do you a dry fit now. These will have to be glued, but I'll just show you. Like that. And that's how that'll look. So that's what we're doing at the beginning of this video, guys. We're going to be attaching all the cushions into these arches, into both arches. But first of all, I'll just quickly show you how to take a few of these off by hand if you've not been fortunate to get yourself a sprue cutter. We'll file them down, perhaps do it on a bit of a time lapse, and then we'll also glue them to the arches on time lapse, because you've seen all this before, guys. And then we'll move on to the rest of this week's build. So first of all, I'll show you how easy it is to take these off without a sprue cutter. As you can see, that's the first one off, and that's come off pretty flush, if I do say so myself. There's hardly any filing needed, so it can be done, guys. I'm just filing it for my own peace of mind, but that's just 2 little brushes of the nail file. Look how smooth that is. Same on that side, and that's done. That cushion is done. So all you've got to do is twist with your fingers like so. That's off, and that little rough bit there, as you can see just there, just give it a little bit of file. You haven't got to do too much, just a little bit of rubbing with your file, and as you can see, look at that, done. So I'll do a few of these and then I'll time lapse it. And what I might do, guys, is just keep time lapsing until I've done all the cushions filed, also connected to the arches, and then I'll be back as soon as all those are done, and we'll be fitting some more of the frame together of the hull, and then fitting the hull frame, hull plate, sorry, should I say, to the hull frame. So if we just get the see how easy that is to get off, guys, it's not a problem. Of course, if you can get hold of a sprue cutter, get one. But I won't lie, everyone I've done without a sprue cutter. But I know times can be hard for some people, and if you're stressing, saying you can't get one, or you can't afford one, whatever, or you can't just get hold of one, as you can see, this is what I'm showing you today. It is doable without one, guys, it really is. And you're not making your model any less attractive or anything like that. So there you go. See how easy that is? do you know why I'm on here? I may as well keep doing these and just showing you how easy it is to do. And then I'll probably just time lapse gluing the cushions to the arches. This is just to show you how easy it is to get off the sprue without a sprue cutter. So you ain't got to stress yourself in having to get one if you don't want to get one, or you just can't get one. And plus, it's showing you how much time you're going to be needing to do this part of the build. Now, tomorrow, I'm hoping, after you've watched this video, you should have watched it by then maybe, I'm trying to get me a cutting mat, so this thing is going to be gone. As I said, it's a work in process, guys, this studio is, so it's going to be a bits and dabs done every week. Eventually I want panelling in the background, like when you see the intros, outros, and all my builds will be on shelves, safe and sound, should I say. But yeah, it's just a work in progress, guys. I'll get there. But I've been to a few shops today, and I went to the Range, which is a local store in the UK. They had none. Well, they did, but they had an A4 size, which is not big enough. In fact, I've got to do some measuring in a sec once I've done this this week's issue. That was all fold, that was be fine. I think I'm going to be having some sort of A3 size, which will be plenty big. It's going to be roughly this size of the screen, so that'd be great. So I'm excited to get in that cutting mat tomorrow. So hopefully the next video you see, which I think might be looking to the left of me now, the Titanic on Monday. That's from Asher Park Works. So hopefully when I do that, guys, you'll see it on a nice cutting mat instead of this. I think it's a baby throw. It's off one of my kids. But as I've said in past issues, I'm using this because I don't want to scratch the table, which my lovely wife brought me, and plus I just don't want to scratch the table. I want to keep it pristine, guys. I like looking after stuff like that. So yeah, we've just got one more cushion. As you can see, this is probably taken about 5 minutes, so it's not too long. I could have done the other one on camera, but I just thought I'd get that one done out of the way, as it might look or be a bit tedious for you to keep watching the same thing, and I might run out of things to say to you. That probably won't happen, would it? I hear you say me gabbling on. But anyway, there we go. There's all those cushions. And now what we're going to do, guys, is get the 2 arches and get the cushions I've already done previously, which are in there somewhere. All those cushions. I'll get all the cushions out and we'll attach them to the 2 arches, and then we'll continue with the build and get these frame pieces fitted to the rest of the frame previously built in previous issues. Sit back, relax, guys, and enjoy this bit of the time lapse. And there we have the 2 arches, guys. There's arch 1 with the cushions on. I like some of these was a bit hard to put on for some reason. I think it's just might be where they've been cut out. But it was a bit, it seemed to be thick, like not thick, but too big for this the fitting. But give it a bit persuasive, guys. You'll get them in. There's the second arch. I'm happy with that, to be fair. You might want to give them a little bit of a file down if they look a bit rough, the edges, but if you've done it before you put them in the arch, guys, you should be alright. As they say, prep your work before you do it. But yeah, that's how that's looking. Look pretty cool. As long as you've got no sharp edges sticking off, you should be fine. And this one here, that's how that's looking. Yep, so that's the 2 arches done, guys. No need for that file anymore. Now I'm going to bring over this jig, the 2 pieces of framework and this hull plating, and we're going to fit that to the rest of the frame we've already got. Right, now as you can see, guys, we've got the 2 frame pieces here we're going to be putting on shortly. I've put the two arches over there for now. But this is what's a good thing to do with this build, guys. Get yourself a little pillbox like this, just to put all your little screws and parts in and keep safe, whereas you're going to end up losing them. So what I do is put a section for each thing I've got. Now here you've got, in today's issue, a two-way connector. And I've got some black screws, which I'm going to just drop in that corner box there. And then we've got some two connectors there, so I'm going to put that in that section, that little box just there. And as you can see, guys, they're all nice and neat. You're not going to lose them. So you've got different sections for different pieces, parts you need. So there you've got all our different screws, silver screws, gold, two sizes of gold screws, and also the black screws. So yeah, that's a nice little buy, a nice little thing if you want for this build. And here we've got BF21 framework and also BF20 framework, which we're going to be connecting right away now, shortly in the next shot. But just to bear in mind as well, doing those arches, guys, these here, do expect to get bits of glue on your fingers, because as you're pushing the cushions on, the glue does go on your hands. It's not a problem, but just be wary and get ready to wash it off after you've done this week's issue for definite, and all the issues to do with gluing these cushions on. It's a bit sticky and messy at times, like you can't see it in the time lapse, but your hands stick to the cushions, you pull your cushions off. But yeah, it's one of them. Let me get the framework over, guys, and let's fit these frames, these pieces, to the rest of the frame. Okay then, so here we go then, guys. First of all, we want to take frame BF20. I'm going to be attaching that to, let me just see that concept in the light, BF17, this frame here. So if I get a black screw ready, I've got two black screws ready here. So what we're going to do is connect that and basically put this framework under the connectors we've already got. So what we'll do is we'll lightly put these screws in first, as usual, just so they're connected, and then we'll tighten them up when they're all connected together, basically. So I'll just lift that one up, that part of the frame up. Get these screws in so they're nice and secure. Again, I won't tighten them too tight, guys, straight away. Just make sure you've got all your pieces together, and then we'll tighten them up shortly. Now, we put two screws in there, and what we're going to do now is get a two-piece connector, which we did receive one of those in this week's issue. And what we're going to do is place it on top of there, like so. You can just see that there. And then we're going to now connect that together with two black screws. So just line that up. Sorry if you can't see a lot at the minute, guys, just bear with. I'll show you shortly once we've connected them. There we go, that's going in. Yeah, but that's what I do. Just put the screws in lightly, just so you've got them all in and where you want them. And then once you're happy and you've connected everything in for the issue you're doing, then you can tighten them up. Gives you that little bit of leeway to move the framework also. So that's in now. We'll leave those 3 screws, 4 screws, yeah, 1, 2, 3, can't count. Leave those for a second, and then we'll get BF21. I'm going to be connecting that to this frame, which is BF18. So what we're going to do is just position that way around, screw a black screw into there, then we'll get another 2-way connector and 2 black screws into there. I'll tell you what, while we're on about connectors, we'll connect this 2-way one now. So if I just get a black screw on the screwdriver, and then we'll put the 1 screw into that connector, like so, and get another black screw. Guys, I do hope you're enjoying this build. If you are, remember to give us a big like at the end of the video, and of course if you're not already subscribed, subscribe for more, press that bell notification, and you will never miss any future builds or any issues of this build if that's what you're interested in. So there you go then guys. So we just move this pillbox out of the way so don't knock them all on the floor. We've just put those two frames in, that one and that one, which is BF20 and BF21. I do hope I get a cutting mat tomorrow guys, because this, it's a pain. So now what we're going to do is tighten them up so they're nice and tight. I'm going to get this little black screwdriver because it's a lot better to tighten them up. There we go, so they're all nice and tight. And also these screws here. And that's all the framework done. Now you can take all your plating off if you want guys, but I've decided to try and keep it on because, oh, look at this, it's attaching to the metal. There you go. God, I need this cutting mat. Yeah, I've decided to keep them on because I do like how it's looking at the minute, and it's not told to take them off, but that's how we're looking. Look at that. You can't hardly see that on the screen, it's getting that big, but that's how that looks with the plating on, and that's how that looks today after finishing those two frameworks, which I will be checking and dry fitting the rest of the whole plating in a sec. But yeah, I'm keeping my plating on, but you can take it off if it's getting a bit of a pain, keep dropping off, but I'll keep it on as long as I can. But those are the two frameworks you fitted today. Now I'm going to just make sure those are tight, flip it back over, and we're going to be connecting, as I look behind me, these two panels today, and that will be it for the end of the video. So let me just check these screws guys, and we'll crack on and put the plating on. Yeah, nice and tight. Because we don't want a Millennium Falcon, what's falling apart, do we? See, that one's a bit loose, but it's tight now. And also that one. There we go. It's always best to double check. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So now we'll flip it back round. And now to test fit these two other panels. And I've also found another panel from a previous issue, BP5, we'll fit that as well. So this is panel BP4, so that will go just at the top there. And it can be a bit stiff to put in guys, so just watch you don't break anything as pushing them in. You don't want to be doing that. Just tip this up this way. There we go. See, that's what you're up against at the minute. They are dropping off because they're not secure yet. Just dry fits just to get a gist of what it's looking like. But it does look good, I will admit. There we go. And there is a way of putting them on guys. They will fit, it's just trial and error. As you can imagine, it can be a bit difficult to get them on. There we go, can be done. So that's those on. Carefully flip that over. Right, so now we want to be putting this part on. I think that's right, is it? It can get confusing. Let's put this part on first. There we go. Look at that guy, so excited when I see that. So cool. There we go, so that's how that's looking. Huge. Loving it. And then lastly, this part will go on there like that. I think. Yeah, I was just wondering why that's sticking up, but on the diagram I've got in front of me, it does look like that, so that's fine. Yeah, just bear with guys while I get these into position. Can't wait for the day all this is connected and secure. But there you go guys, there you have it. Look at that, it's huge. It's even taking all the screen up now, but look at that, guys. Let me just carefully show you. That's the hull so far, and all the plating on the Millennium Falcon from Fanon. Look at that, I love it. And also we've got these two arches we've done today. Let's just carefully get that one from underneath. There you go, so you've got those two arches we've done today. Oh, and also, as I reach to the left of me, we have got the assembly jig, the first part of the assembly jig, which no doubt we'll be starting to assemble in coming issues. Guys, I do hope you've enjoyed this build this week, and this issue, and this build so far. If you have, you know what to do. Come back for more, and remember to give us a big like at the end of every video. But for now, guys, thanks for watching. Come back next time. I'll see you soon. And that is it for this week's build of the Millennium Falcon, guys. A quick one. I don't know, from when I'm filming this now, the top of the screen there, it's looking a bit cloudy for some reason. I don't know whether that's just how it's filming and it might come out better on the video. Comment down below, guys, if you've seen a difference in this week's video or today's video. And if so, I'll try and rectify that for next time. I'm just looking now, because here on my screen as I'm recording, it looks very cloudy. I'm not sure if it's because I've got a radiator down here just to keep it warm in the garage in my YouTube studio, and it's making it condensate or something. But we'll see. If there is, guys, and you've got an issue with the video and you're not happy with it, just let me know down below, and I'll try and sort it out so it doesn't happen again. That was it for this week anyway, for the Millennium Falcon from Fanon. What we've done today is we've done some more arches, the cushions on the arches, and we've fitted some more hull plating, which is getting very exciting, guys, because it's getting huge now, this thing is, and we're not even halfway there, definitely not even halfway there yet. And we've also, at the start of the assembly jig, that plastic, like, triangular sort of thing. Now that is going to be a big part of this build, guys. That's where you put the actual framework of the Millennium Falcon, and then obviously fit the plates, and I'm sure it's going to stick on that until we eventually join all the Millennium Falcon together. So that's exciting also. I do hope you're enjoying these videos, guys. I do hope you're enjoying the Millennium Falcon from Fanon. If you are, check out the link down below, which I'm going to put in the description, and then you can get this for yourself if you want to build it. Or if you want to build Dom's Charger, that's from Fanon also, and there's loads more on Fanon what you could build also, guys. A quick one here. I'm thinking, I don't know when it's going to be, of building the Alien. You know, the Alien out the Alien movies. Is it Zegzabulf or something like that? I'd love to bring that to the channel, guys. That's another build I'd love to bring to the channel. But I don't know when that'll be, whether it'll happen. I would love to bring it to the channel, but hey, it's one of them. I've got to weigh up the funds and ask the wife if I can spend more on it. But the thing is, that's from Hachette Partworks, and I think you can only pay, I think, for a couple of months of packs, which is a lot of money, or you can buy it outright, which is about £900, I think, thereabouts. I'd love to do it though, guys. Would really love to bring that to the channel. Perhaps if one day I'm monetized, I can do things more often than that. Because all these builds, guys, are coming out of my own pocket, which I admit that, and I do it as a hobby. But it can get very expensive if you're not very careful. So hopefully in the future, I'll bring the Alien build to the channel. Maybe, I don't know. I've got into that subject, to be fair. I don't know. I've got loads of things in my head, guys. I don't know. I've come to that subject, but yeah, I'd love to bring the Alien model from Fanon, from Degenstein, is it? Yeah, I'm losing the plot to live now, guys. I'd love to bring the Alien build from Hachette Partworks to the channel. Maybe one day, but I will let you know first if I do, guys. But for today, for the Millennium Falcon from Fanon, that is it. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, guys, remember to give us a big like at the end of the video if you've got this far. And if you haven't got this far, you don't know what I'm saying now, still give us a big like after watching whatever you've watched the video, whether it's short, long, medium, or whatever. However long you've watched it, give us a big thumbs up. I really appreciate that, guys. But for now, for the Millennium Falcon, that is it. Come back next time to see whatever else is up on the channel. And remember, tomorrow, as I'm filming this now, it's Saturday. Tomorrow we've got more Elvis shorts. That's basically like shorts of Elvis's magnificent, brilliant music. One of my passions. I love Elvis to death, man. For the last 2 years, 2 years this June, he's been a big part of my life. It's made me feel better, but that's another story. I love listening to his music. He was the best entertainer, in my opinion, ever. So yeah, I'll put shorts up out every week on a Sunday, And I also put one on TikTok, which may be the same video but with different background music. So if you want to check my TikTok channel out, by all means check it out, guys. I'll put it in the description down below. And if you watch the shorts on a Sunday, it's always in that description on the short, so you can go straight to TikTok and see more Elvis if that's your thing. But anyway, that's it for the outro. That's it for today's video of the Millennium Falcon. I do hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. I'm going to go and have a beer now and enjoy the rest of the weekend. So thanks for watching, guys. Please take care. I'll see you in the next one. See ya. Peace.